So no bullshit, all jokes aside, all propaganda aside, we legit might be looking at the strongest character in anime and manga history, period. Absolutely, period, bar none. Not even an anime and manga. Honestly, with the power that this person has obtained, he probably can even put people like Superman to shame. And I'm not hyping it up. I'm not bullshitting or nothing like that, because this power is pretty much, don't get me wrong, it is broken. It is very broken. But then again, how can you be stronger than the broken characters? You be more broken, essentially. And that's what this character has obtained, this power. And who I'm referring to is Sindbad, the fucking G from the Seven Seas. He has obtained some insane power right now that, honestly, I don't know how they're going to do anything to him other than some straight up BS to stop him, because the amount of power that he has right now is just out of this world. And let me explain before you say, well, it's just a magician or something like that. Let me explain. In the latest chapter of Magi, essentially Sinbad, after being completely obliterated, and all he was basically just magical particles in the flow of destiny, essentially. He was just nothing but that. Like, he was destroyed. He came back and he made a god his bitch. He made essentially the god, because at this particular point in Magi, spoiler alert by the way, like, because I'm talking about the latest 2 chapters or whatever, Ugo had essentially become god. He reconnected everything, he redesigned everything to become god of the universe, essentially. But what Sinbad did is even further than that. Sinbad came back from basically being killed by Ugo. You know, he was nothing but just Rook in the flow. He came back, he overthrew David, made David his bitch, essentially, like, yo, you're my Magi now. So he has one of the most incredibly strong people in the world at his side. Not to mention Arba, although Arba, I could see, even though it's crazy that Arba, you know, she's this evil, maniacal bitch, I could see her flipping on them, because, you know, her whole motive, her whole goal, everything that she loves, all has to do with Il Elah. She is essentially the Magi version of the Westboro Baptist Church. All she cares about is God, the true God in her eyes, Il Elah, and she's looking at Sinbad and David as, y'all false prophets, y'all ain't shit right now. So even if she plays along or whatever, we know what she truly cares about. But what Sinbad has done is insane, because right now, assuming that he can take over the Sacred Palace and everything, which seemingly who's to stop him at this point, he has the utmost power right now. He can control destiny, he can control the past, the present, the future. He can rewrite things as he sees fit. However, that's not to say that he's a villain, because Sinbad at this particular point is still Sinbad. He still is doing things with his own mindset. It's not that he wants to wipe everything out, because right now, with the power he's obtained to control destiny and everything from the future, everything in general, he can do whatever he wants. Like this, less than that, he can make the entire earth just collapse on itself. So there is legit no way, other than them putting some sort of plot device for the Magi, that they can't be affected by his control of destiny because they're Magi or something like that. Other than that, there is nobody in not only just the series, but in general, that could stop something like that. Because of this man right now, with, on top of all that, you know, he's already incredibly strong for the Magiverse. He has his 7 Jin equipped. He has all of them back again. They're all backing him up. They all basically overthrew the previous god and said, no, this is our king, we're sticking with him. So on top of that, if even his power, his newfound power essentially to control destiny, even if he doesn't have that in the Magiverse, yeah, they're gonna have a hard time. But in general, with this power that he has, you know, basically controlling the great flow, controlling destiny and everything, he can make it that whatever he wants happen. He can materialize nothing into something, anything. He can change anything. He can make it that a character or a foe that he is facing doesn't exist. He can make it that the sun literally appears in their mouth, and that's it, because he controls destiny. But again, one of the great things about Sinbad that makes him so complex and so different, and honestly, I feel as though Sinbad is Madara Uchiha, except first of all, he ended up not getting fucked in the Kaguya way. He ended up saying, yo, Kaguya, you a bitch. I'm taking over this shit. So that's already one step over him, which again, I love Madara Uchiha. Don't get it twisted right there. Madara Uchiha still one of the GOATs. But on top of that, then he became God. So this is essentially, if Madara had his way, he ended up overthrowing Kaguya, got his goal of controlling everything, and on top of that was a bit better of a person, because Madara was still a little, evil. He didn't give a fuck or whatever. Like Sinbad, he's not like that. He still is Sinbad. I'm assuming like his return, he's still not like an evil person, even though he was half fallen. But essentially the half fallen shit doesn't matter, because he controls the white and the black Rook. He controls it all. He is everything and nothing at the same time. It is so fucking insane. This is definitely broken, but I don't see any other character. Like, even, let's just say you go to another series, and that's how much he has transcended with this power that he has. You go to like a Madoka Magica. If you've seen Madoka Magica, she essentially became God, but she only had a constructed ideal of what she can and cannot change or whatever. He can even beat her, because he can wish her out of existence, and not even wish it, make it happen like this, like she never existed. This is fucking insane. I absolutely love it. I know there's gonna be some people that say that this is broken, this is BS. Well, honestly, I think this is a breath of fresh air, because we've been seeing already a little pattern of a lot of things that are, again, similar to like the Madara Uchiha effect, where one villain comes, oh no, there's another one that even surpasses him, blah, 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 blah. Well, we thought that Sinbad got fucked over. We thought David was gonna be the final one, and Arba and stuff like that. No, 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 no. And that's what making Sinbad even better, even greater. Right now, he is too OP, and you need a plot device, essentially, to take him down, because if not, like, either way, how Sinbad goes down, if he's using his power that he has, the Sacred Palace, the Great Flow, controlling everything, and somebody stops him, unless there's a plot device that these characters are unaffected by his control of destiny, there's no way to stop him. Because even when you have that thought of stopping him, he can make that evaporate out of your mind, because he can control destiny and everything in the world. This is definitely broken, and I see some of the fandom, because I've been looking, the comments, the forums, comment sections talking about this chapter, 325 of Magi, 324 of Magi, and people are saying that they don't like these new developments because he's became so hacked that he made Ugo his bitch, which I just quickly got to talk about Ugo. I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm very disappointed what happened with Ugo. I am very, very disappointed, because Ugo essentially became crazy. It doesn't even, I can't even comprehend the number of how long he was by himself in this dungeon. It wasn't a billion, it wasn't a trillion, it wasn't a zillion. This number is just ridiculously long of him being by himself. So he went bonkers, he went crazy. Had he had a couple of friends, he probably would have been better off. But like, if you go to 324, he's talking to Arba like, yay, we can be friends now, I'm God and shit. I'm like, this dude is fucking bonkers. But then 325, and David made him see Solomon. He's like, oh, Solomon, yay, yay, yay. I'm like, you're getting controlled by an illusion? Ugo, how you have fallen. I really hope Ugo gets out of that trance, and even though he essentially won't be God anymore, he won't be able to control things as he sees fit, ultimately, I hope he has some sort of impact in the finale against Sinbad, David, Arba, and those 7 Jin equipped that are backing Sinbad, because Ugo, what happened, bro? Like, you was such a beast. You was a god. You took Sinbad out like that. Come on. And either way, this chapter of Magi 325, it symbolized that Magi characters essentially, not even just, because even before this, like, they already were on some top tier level of fighting, because like the magic that they can use, like, granted they're hand-to-hand combat, like, let me put it into perspective what I'm trying to refer to. Like, Aladdin's hand-to-hand combat is probably on some early Hunter x Hunter level. He's not that formidable, like, he can't take a punch from like Goku. Like, if Goku, let's just say, was fighting Aladdin right now, he has to break through his magical Borg and everything and then hit him. He hits him, it's a wrap. A powerful opponent on that scale of like a Goku Black or something like that, all they need to do is get through the magic. But to get through the magic, impossible at this particular point, because of the powers that even people like Aladdin have obtained. Like, he can bend time and space and make it that Goku's Kamehameha basically hits Goku instead of hitting him. So the characters in and of itself already have become very, very, not broken, but pretty broken. They're very strong at this point. They're pretty much up to that Dragon Ball Z and possibly even beyond that level. But then you introduce what Sinbad has now, and it's inconceivable. Like, I know I've heard things about Haruhi Suzumiya, that apparently she's become a god, and there's Madoka Magica, but like, I think Sinbad tops all of that, because he can control destiny as he sees fit. He can make anything. He can make this microphone turn into a lizard, disappear. Like, he can do anything. And that's so fucking insane. And I'm just like totally on board that Sinbad what he thought he truly obtained. He thought he was the single person that can do this, and he made it happen. And again, that just opens up the dialogue and the question of what's next. How can you topple him? Honestly, again, like I've been saying, I think the only way to stop Sinbad at this point with this level of power is, for starters, Aladdin, Yunnan, and anybody else that's a Magi. They have to be unaffected by his control of the flow of destiny. Because if they're not, then there's a problem. But also, if you see the latest chapter at the end, Aladdin and Yunnan were one of the few that realized something's changed, something's different. And I'm curious if Sinbad's already started putting his newfound powers into play, because you see Judar all of a sudden is like, yeah, I was with my family, you know. I was like, why would Judar go with his family unless Judar knows something's up? Because Judar is a Magi as well. So many different things about this latest chapter that just, again, it put Magi on a map as far as power scaling as well to beyond levels. Like, it was enough with Aladdin, what he could do. But now you have this, Sinbad, insane. Let me know what you guys think. If you're not a Magi fan and you just listened to this video to hear about this very strong character, how do you think, with a guy that could control destiny, the past, present, future, everything in existence, how do you stop him? Do you truly think that is broken? And for Magi fans, how do you think Sinbad's going to be put down once and for all? Him, David, and Arba. Do you think Arba will flip on them because of her love and lust for Ilah, or do you think she's going to go along with it? Who do you think is going to get wrecked? And just your overall predictions. Like, Magi right now, we probably got until the summertime, I want to guess, because I was calculating everything of, they said they were halfway done with the final arc back in August. You figure halfway done, there was about like 10 months of content prior to that. So by June, the latest, I'm guessing maybe August at the most, Magi will be done. So between now and then, we have a war coming, and I can't wait. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, it's that Magi greatness. Have an awesome day.